Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffani Beaston from Beauty and the Beastons, and I upload every single Tuesday and Sunday. Today we are doing our weekend morning routine. It's Saturday, literally yesterday, when I recorded this, and we are at our Bay house for the summer, and I'm already literally dreading coming home. I love the fall and Halloween and all that shenanigans, but every time I see something Halloween, I want to just cry because I don't want summer to end. So the first thing I'm doing is taking my Synthroid. I have Hashimoto's thyroid disease. I've had it, I don't know, since nursing school, about like 10 years ago or so. So I took my Synthroid. I'm getting my iPad out. I've been starting to digital plan. You know, I love planning. Still getting the hang of that, but once I do, I will definitely make a video on how I digitally plan. Grabbing that, my water, taking the alarm off, and Chris is letting the dogs out while I start our coffees. Also, if you're new here, you may have seen my daughter in my bed. She is 4, about to be 5 in August, and it's just something that she's been doing for about a year now. She wakes up in the middle of the night and comes into our bed. So just something that I don't stress about too much, because at least she goes to bed in her own bed and sleeps pretty well otherwise. She does kick me all day long, so that sucks. But I know that these days are short, and before you know it, she won't want to be sleeping in my bed anymore. So for coffee, I just have an espresso machine. I use the Starbucks pods. It's a little bit of sugar in the raw and a little bit of half and half. I know there's so many like delicious flavored creamers, but I really try to stay away from the ones that have all the different random gums in it and stuff like that. But I did used to love oat milk creamer until I couldn't find one that didn't have a million ingredients in it. So if you have a coffee creamer that's non-dairy that you love and somewhat healthy, let me know. So Chris and I are enjoying our coffee out on the dock. We don't have like legitimate chairs out here yet. We just have our beach chairs out here, but it's still amazing. So we kind of like just catch up and plan our day and plan our week. We don't really get to talk much when the kids are awake. Literally, we both work from home, but we barely get to talk because of the kids, which is, you know, mom life, dad life. But I'm doing some planning. We're catching up on comments, and again, just going over our day and our week. For those of you who do digitally plan, if you have trouble writing on your iPad like I did, 100% get the screen cover. It's called like paper screen cover or something like that. That makes the screen cover feel like paper when you're writing on it with your pen. Before it was just gliding all over the place, like where you go to sign your signature for your credit card, and now it's literally like night and day. I like to add little glimpses like this of the water into my videos just because it makes me so incredibly happy, and I feel like it could provide some people watching with some peace too. There's just something about seeing the water that makes me so happy. I am a Cancer, so maybe that's why I'm a water sign. But anyway, when Carter wakes up and knows that we're outside, he comes outside to check the minnow trap and the crab trap every single morning. We've caught everything except for minnows in this trap, so we're doing something wrong. But we do have like a net that you kind of throw out and it closes. I forget what it's called, like catch and release net, I don't know, but that catches lots of silver sides. I think today we had like a random, I think it was like a puffer fish in the crab trap. This crab trap came with the house and is probably 1,000 years old. Oh, there you can see it. Don't worry, we let him free. Since Carter's the only one up out of the kids, Chris and I decided to take the boat off the boat lift and pull it up to the dock. That's where we get on at. So just one step closer to being able to get on the boat, and it's just easier to do it when they're sleeping versus when they're awake. We do have a fence now, which is a huge relief from last summer. That definitely helps make it less stressful as well. Once we get the boat in the water, we kind of just walk it down to the dock instead of driving it because it's light and easy and just makes more sense for us. Ever since I was a little girl, some of my happiest memories are being by the water, and so this is definitely a dream come true for both of us. We also both grew up coming here every summer with our family, so to be able to have a house here is like literally a dream come true, and every day I wake up here, I just have to pinch myself and just thank God and thank all of you for helping us get here, and we don't take a second of it for granted, to say the least, and our kids feel exactly the same way. And we also get to bless our families with this because they're always here visiting with us as well. So Evie is awake, the kids fight to go grab her, and then we basically start our morning routine. So Carter has already asked for a peach, which is fine. Usually, he first asked for a Z brownie bar, and usually I'm like, okay, but I'm really trying to work on getting them to eat more fruits and vegetables, and since he said, a peach was fine, I was happy to be giving that to him as like a pre-snack. Who else's kids need a pre-snack before breakfast? My kids always have, like, for as long as I can remember, and I do make breakfast right away for them. We have had Evie's old cup here since last summer, so whenever she sees this particular cup, she asks for milk. That's not something we do every morning, but I'm not going to deny her milk when she asks for it. And then they all decided that they wanted some watermelon, so we were having that. Eventually, we're going to get to the real breakfast, which is like, I think we just made eggs and bacon yesterday and sausage. I know that a lot of parents don't feel this way just based on what I see, but I literally do not want my kids to go back to school. It breaks my heart, especially because this year Ella is starting kindergarten, so I'm going to have 3 kids gone for 8 hours of the day, and I'm not okay. Evie is also doing like a pre-K class, but it's only 2 hours, 3 days a week, and all of my kids did it, and I feel like it got them really ready for school, plus gives them time to socialize and mostly play with other kids. But I am unwell, and I always dream about homeschooling, and everybody's like, why can't you homeschool? And I'm like, just because I'm already so overwhelmed with day-to-day tasks and having 4 kids that I don't know if I could homeschool. And Carter and Ella would love to be homeschooled. Tanner still very much is like, no, I want to go see my friends. Also, if I were to ever homeschool, I would have to sell my house because there's no way that I'm staying in a house where I pay astronomical taxes for the school district and then homeschooling. So this is the fight I have with myself in my head every single day. I'll probably never homeschool, but for some reason, having like a big yard with like lots of fruits and veggies and animals and homeschooling, like, I love that life. I love that for other people when I see that, and I'm just like, oh, that looks so amazing, but I just don't think that I would be good at it. All right, so bacon is done. I'm throwing in sausage for the girls and Chris. I'm not like really into any of this stuff right now. I go through phases where I hate eggs and where I love eggs, and I was trying to eat eggs yesterday, but I only ate a couple of bites and then had this like new cereal that I'm obsessed with, that I got from Costco. I think it's called like 7 Sundays. I'll show you in a minute here, but I basically like clean up while the meats are cooking, and then I cook the eggs at the last second because nobody likes cold eggs. So while I'm cleaning up, I'm also just putting some lemon in the diffuser. I think it was jade lemon. It smells amazing. I love lemon all the time, but especially in the morning. I feel like after dinner, I'm usually diffusing lavender. But yeah, it just definitely just helps wake me up a little bit. I'm also getting their snack containers ready. I feel like you could definitely use these as like a bento lunch type box too. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet this school year. If you guys have something that you love, let me know. I feel like the Bentgo would be good for like Everly and possibly Ella, but I just feel like the compartments are getting a little bit too small for my kids. I have to figure out something else. But anyway, I have been packing them snacks for when we go to the bay or when we go on the boat, just so that I can know, again, that they're getting their fruits and vegetables. I just am trying to get like our life back in order, because I've definitely been way too laid back with like, yeah, you can have cereal and chips all day, every day. We do always have like a family dinner and things like that, but if you pack a snack, you know that they're getting their fruits and veggies because it's already accounted for the day. So I was making them the night before, but it was just so busy the previous night that I didn't have time to, so I'm going to be making them in today's video. I've had a lot of moms reach out and say they feel like a waitress, and you're not alone in feeling like that. I feel like a lot of us feel that way because we're cooking a lot more, especially in the summer when our kids are home from school. But I don't know. I just feel like sometimes, yes, I feel like a waitress, but something inside of me just feels so much better when I'm making their food versus like when we are getting it out or when we order out. We definitely order out a lot more in the summer and like get the bagel shop in the morning. The kids love it. So when we do meals at home, it just feels better in my soul. So this is the cereal I was talking about. I have a small bowl of it, like the serving size. It says right on it, like this is not a low calorie cereal, but it's not even about that. It's made with all real ingredients and it's delicious. So you have to not just look at calories all the time. You have to look at ingredients as well. But anyway, here I am serving it up. The morning chaos, feeding all the kids. They all have something slightly different, but I'm okay with that because everybody has their different tastes and you can't expect. I know I get fault on this all the time, but I just genuinely, as a mom to my own family, feel like you can't expect your kids to all eat the same thing. They're different people. You don't go to a restaurant and you don't all order the same thing. I try to keep it similar, like we're all having eggs and some are having bacon, some are having sausage, some are having waffles with it. I don't try to like kill myself here in the kitchen, but I do understand that they don't all want the same thing all the time. So Chris is a designated dog feeder in the relationship. I do the things like brush them and snuggle them and do all that stuff, but he feeds them in the morning and night. They eat Farmer's Dog. They've been having that for a long time now. I wish I would have done that with Rookie and Romeo. Rest in peace. I miss them so much. But these doggies get Farmer's Dog. We have all their stuff laid out for the day. Also in our relationship, Chris is the designated folder too. He's amazing at folding. I also fold, but he is just like always on top of the laundry, and I'm grateful for that. But anyway, they are brushing their teeth now. They just had a quick Mary Ruth's gummy today because we're in a rush. When we're in a rush, they either have that or Haya. But like I really try hard to do the liquid supplements mostly. We love Vimergy for that. We've been using them forever. So they're actually coming out with like a kids line, which I'm super excited about because they use Vimergy already, but now they're going to have like a designated kids line. Just makes me excited. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been having sunblock issues with my two fair skin babies. Carter and Everly have my skin where they get very dark, and then Tanner and Ella have Chris's skin where they just like basically just burn over and over again. They don't ever get like a base. So I've been having a hard time with under their eyes because they go underwater and they rub the sunblock off their eyes every time they come up, and I reapply and I do liquid and I do the stick. I've basically tried everything. I found a new sunblock that's coming soon. I found it on Amazon. It's like 4 ingredients and it's like rated really well on EWG, but it has something in it that surfers use that like help keep it on their face. So hopefully that works. So anyway, I've been putting their sunblock on early and then again once we go out, just to basically like make sure it gets into their skin. I don't know. Again, like I said, trying everything. They won't wear goggles, they won't wear a hat, so I tried it all. Anyway, Chris is doing laundry and I'm gonna get started on the dishes. So while Chris and I are doing some chores, Evie is playing with the blocks. The older kids are on their iPads. They have to do a learning activity before they can play any of their games. And I also started a new rule that they can't have it before 8 a.m. because like Carter was waking up at 5:30 thinking he can go on his iPad, and no, we definitely cannot have that. Okay, so dishes are done. Chris folded up laundry. Now I'm just packing their little snack boxes I was talking about. It comes in a pack of 4 like this, and I try to do a fruit, a veggie, a carb, and a protein. It doesn't always happen, but that's my goal of it. And they did wind up eating these on the boat yesterday. Also, if you watch my previous morning routines, I usually work out in the morning, and just to be completely honest, I worked out like once this summer so far. Granted, I'm more active just like playing with the kids when they're home and stuff like that, but I haven't gotten like an actual workout in. I do miss it. I'm just struggling with finding the time with the kids around and waking up so early. Like I want to go outside and have my coffee on the dock and do all that. I know how important exercise is, and I hope to try to implement it more in August. I also forgot to add that I like to add a little treat in here, so we're just doing some fruit snacks today. And then in one of the compartments, I did mozzarella cheese balls with carrots, but only 2 of my kids like the cheese. So you'll see 2 with and 2 without. Now it's finally time for me to get ready. I showered the night before, so usually when we're here and I know we're going in the water the next day, I'm not going to be like showering in the morning because I like to shower when we get home from being in the water. Just throwing my hair up, no makeup or anything, just doing the Wonder Screen, which is Dime Beauty's like tinted moisturizer / sunscreen. So I am going to be having a code with them soon. So actually no, I have a code with them now. I'll leave it down below. I forgot that it already went live, but I do have a code for Dime Beauty. I'm also using the Gentle Jelly moisturizer to wash my face right now, but basically I switched over to all Dime Beauty, and that's all I use for my like facial skincare. The kids are also all dressed and ready, and now I'm just doing Ella and Everly's hair. This is not an easy task at all, you guys. It looks like nice and calm and peaceful, but I had to beg Everly to let me do her hair. If it were up to her, she would just have her hair in her eyes all day long, and half the time she does wind up like ripping it out anyway, but she knows that when we go on the boat that her hair will be like annoying in her face. And then when she saw that I was going to give Ella a braid and I had a braid, she decided she wanted a braid. So she has a cute tiny little braid. So we're all basically ready to have a couple more things to do before going on the boat. So I got them these rolls of paper. It was a Prime deal. They're Melissa and Doug. Came in a pack of 3, but they think this is the best thing ever. So I was rolling this out and doing that on the island while we finish up packing our bags and all of the little things we have to do before we're able to actually get out of the house. Another thing I usually like to do the night before is pack up our beach bag, but again, it doesn't always happen. Honestly, in a perfect world it would, but this isn't a perfect world, and sometimes I just crash into bed after spending 10 hours trying to get all 4 of my kids to sleep. So sometimes we gotta do stuff in the morning that we wanted to do at night, and that's called giving yourself some grace, which honestly I'm absolutely terrible at. I am my hardest critic. I'm so hard on myself all the time that I actually sometimes get tired of hanging out with myself. I know. Alright, our bag is all packed, and then I'll just grab the waters and the snacks right before we leave because they're in the fridge right now, and you can tell which kid did each thing. I love all of my kids' drawings and stuff, but Tanner is just, he puts so much detail and thought into everything he does. I swear he has to do something with art one day. He's just amazing. Also, you know I love my crock pot, even in the summer, and we're having Chris's brother over and his family, and my nephew loves these meatballs, so I tried to make them to make him happy, and my kids love them too. All it is meatballs with barbecue and jelly, and it's grape jelly. It sounds ridiculous, but it's always a hit. So throw these in the crock pot, and then we are out. And then when we get home, we will have dinner. I just did low for 6 hours, and we are off. Thank you all so much for watching this video, supporting our channel. Just by watching, you've helped us get to where we are today, and it honestly means the world to us, and I'm so grateful for all of you that we get to do this summer and make so many memories with our family. So I hope that you all had a beautiful weekend, and look at this beautiful rainbow I found on the boat yesterday.